We're talking about the do-or-die 24-hour reset protocol. So if you're the kind of person who loves efficient, focused learning, and you've been looking for a real, structured way to hit the reset button on your mind and your overall direction, you are in the exact right place. Because this isn't your standard, gentle self-improvement advice. Relentex frames this not as motivation, but as war. So let's break down exactly how this relentless 24-hour system works to radically reset your trajectory.
Look at this number, 21. We hear it absolutely everywhere, right? You've read the blogs, you've bought the books, you've heard the gurus basically shouting that you need 21 days to form a new habit. Or, maybe they say it takes 90 days to completely change your life. Or maybe a whole 7-day retreat just to clear your head. The mainstream self-help industry is just constantly bombarding us with this idea that meaningful change has to be this massive, drawn-out, exhaustive marathon of time.
But hold on, what if they're wrong? What if you only need exactly one? Relentex makes this completely staggering claim here. You don't need 21 days or 90 or even 7. You literally need one day, one single decision, one exact moment where you stop lying to yourself and finally just do what needs to be done. And that brings us to section 1, the myth of time. Because the root issue holding us back isn't actually a lack of time. It's a lack of truth.
The protocol argues that we've been looking at this all wrong. On one side, we had this conventional, super comfortable narrative, right? Give it 3 weeks, adapt slowly, take baby steps. But on the flip side, we have this radical alternative. 1 day of intense, unfiltered truth is literally all the ammunition you need for a life reset. It is a stark contrast that totally bypasses the waiting game and forces immediate accountability from us.
So the absolutely crucial point here is understanding why you feel stuck in the first place. The core argument the source makes is that you are not fundamentally broken. Actually, scratch that. It's more like your brain just has absolutely zero room to breathe because you are drowning in constant noise. We are so utterly bombarded by external inputs every single second that avoiding the truth about our own lives has somehow become our default setting.
To break that toxic cycle, the protocol hits us with Step 1, Section 2, Radical Self-Confinement. This is the mandatory first phase of your single 24-hour reset, and let me tell you, it is entirely uncompromising. You turn off your phone, no internet, no social media, zero scrolling, absolutely no texting, no distractions. It is just you and your mind. Eliminating all of these digital pacifiers is hands down the fastest way to force clarity. Why? Because when you strip away the noise, it leaves you entirely alone with your own mind, which is something most of us haven't truly experienced in years.
Just let this idea sink in for a second. If you can't spend 1 day alone with your own thoughts, you're not avoiding boredom, you're avoiding truth. Wow. That completely rewires our modern fear of boredom, doesn't it? We think we just want to be entertained, but the idea here is that constantly reaching for our phones is actually an active, defensive avoidance of confronting our own reality.
Okay, once you are fully disconnected, we step into section 3, the mirror ritual.
This phase requires us to drastically lower our energy. It's a 5-minute exercise of absolute, total stillness. No background music, no fluffy positive affirmations. Just you, a mirror, and total silence. You have to look directly into your own eyes and ask this single question. For real, who am I pretending to be? You'll likely feel a literal sting in your chest when you do this honestly. It's designed to wake up your real, unfaked self, because deep down, you know when you've been performing for the world. This is the moment you stop being fake.
Now, as our chronological day transitions into the afternoon, we aggressively shift gears for Section 4, Destroy to Rebuild.
We are shifting way away from the quiet, painful reflection of the mirror, and we are ramping the energy sharply back up into physical action. You need to grab a physical notebook and a pen. The protocol instructs you to bring your absolute darkest self-sabotage into conscious awareness by writing down 3 very specific things. First, the habits that are actively killing your potential. Second, the places, environments, or even the people that are draining your power. And third, the lies you repeatedly tell just to be accepted by others.
But writing it out? That's only awareness. A literal, physical procedure has to follow. You write it out, then you physically tear that page from the notebook, and finally, you must burn it, rip it, or shred it. The psychology behind this physical destruction is so fascinating to me. It sends a direct, visceral message straight to your subconscious mind that you are not going back. That old version of you, it officially dies today. Which brings us right into Section 5, the Warrior Hour.
You really need to channel a high, intense, do-or-die energy for this phase. You set a mandatory 60-minute timer. This hour is meant to completely shift your internal control and physical presence, and the way it's visualized here is brilliant, because it takes an overwhelming concept and breaks it down into 3 highly manageable 20-minute slices of effort: physical, mental, and spiritual. By structuring the hour exactly this way, the protocol ensures you are hitting every major internal system without completely burning out on just one.
So, let's look at exactly what you're doing in those slices. First 20 minutes, you absolutely push your physical limits. Go for a hard run, do push-ups until your arms give out, take an ice cold shower. The specific activity doesn't matter, just the exertion. Next 20 minutes, you dump the chaos. Grab a pen and write everything you're feeling with absolutely no filter and zero structure. Just let the mental chaos pour right out onto the page. Final 20 minutes, you exist. You sit in complete silence, no phone, no music. You literally just breathe. Notice the stark contrast here, going from violently pushing your physical limits to sitting in total unwavering silence.
As we guide this 24-hour arc to its evening conclusion, we hit our final phase, Section 6, the 9 p.m. rule.
It's 9 p.m., and the protocol returns you to exactly where you started the internal work, right back to the mirror for one final reflection. Looking in that mirror, you must speak this exact phrase to yourself out loud. Thank you for showing up. The intention here is crystal clear. You aren't celebrating perfection. You aren't even necessarily celebrating progress today. You are simply acknowledging presence. You're acknowledging the incredibly rare act of spending a single day facing yourself with full intensity. A day where you didn't run, you didn't hide, and you didn't lie.
And that brings us to the core thesis of this entire protocol from Relentix. You're not broken, you're just buried. This one intense day has the absolute power to change your trajectory because it proves that you can unbury yourself. You see, you're simply buried under comfort, under fear, and under the endless noise of the modern world. By going through this protocol, you didn't magically become a brand new person in 24 hours. Rather, you finally just stopped pretending to be someone else. So, as we wrap up today's explainer, I want to leave you with a very direct challenge. Examine your own momentum right now. Will you just keep scrolling, or is today the day you finally stop pretending? The choice, as always, is entirely yours.